friends. Today we are going to talk about different types of SQL statements. Types of SQL statements. We know that SQL is the query language used to retrieve the data from the database. There are different types of SQL statements for different ways of retrieving the data from the database. So what are the different types of SQL statements? Let us see now. The first category is called as DDL, means data definition language. Data definition language. Data definition language. Data definition language means what? So these are the SQL statements which are used to create some objects onto the database. Create some objects onto the database. So if you want to create a table, or if you want to create a view or an index, then we will use data definition language statements. Also, if you want to change the existing table structure, if you want to remove a table from the database, for all these purposes we will use data definition language. Then what are the commands which will come under DDL? For example, create command, okay, alter command, okay, drop command. So these are the few examples of data definition language statements in SQL. So what is the use of create? If you want to create a table, then we will use create command. If you want to change the structure of an existing table, then we will use alter table command. If you want to remove a table, then we will use the drop command. Okay, and say for example how create will work. Okay, so create table name, for example employee. Okay, now we have to give the column names, like for example employee number, okay, number, data type of 5, size, comma, then salary, again number of 6 in size. Okay, those are the two attributes or columns I am giving for the employee table, closed with semicolon. So this is the syntax for creating a table onto the database. So what is the table name here? Employee. So this table name employee is consisting of only two columns: employee number, whose data type is number, and so salary is the another attribute with number as the data type. So this is the use of the create command. So once you execute this in your SQL prompt, table employee will be created, and if you want to drop this table, then simply use the drop command, drop table emp. Then what will happen? Automatically table will be removed from the database into the recycle bin. Okay, if you want to get it back, you can get it back again into your database using flashback command. That is another DDL command, but drop command enables us to remove the table or any database object from the database into your recycle bin. Okay, so that is the use of the DDL commands. The second category is DML. DML stands for data manipulation language, data manipulation language. Okay, so under this what are the commands we got? Insert command, comma, delete, comma, update. Okay, these are the few commands. Of course some other commands are also there, but these are the most important DML commands. So then what is the use of insert? Insert is to insert a row into your table. Update is for deleting an existing row from your table. Update is to modify the contents of an existing table in your existing employee table or any other table for that matter. So insert is for inserting a new row. Delete is for removing or deleting an existing row, and update is for updating the contents of an existing row. For that purpose we will use these commands. Okay, then the third category is called as TCL commands. Under this means a transaction control language. Transaction control language. Okay, under this what you got? Commit is there, comma, rollback, comma, save point. Okay, so what is the use of commit statement? So commit command is used to permanently save the DML activities whatever you have performed. So for example, you have inserted 2 rows and you have deleted 1 row and you have updated 1 row. If you want to save those changes permanently, then give commit command. Okay, and after performing some DML statements, if you think that whatever insertions or updations or deletions you have done is not correct, then type rollback statement, use the rollback statement. Then whatever insertion, deletions, updations you have done will be rolled back. For example, you have changed the salary of an employee from 5,000 to 10,000, and then you have given the rollback state. Then what will happen? Then the salary will go back to the previous salary of 5,000 only. You have deleted 5 employees from the employee table, and then after that if you give rollback, then whatever deleted employees are there, those rows will come back again into the table. That is the use of the rollback. And commit, as I told you, whatever changes you have made in terms of insertion, updation and deletion, those will be saved permanently. Okay, once saved permanently, and so your rollback doesn't work. And then save point is to partially save your DML statement. For example, you have given 5 insertion, 5 deletion, 5 updation. For example, you think that whatever insertion you have done is right, whatever deletions and updations you have done is wrong, then you can save up to that insertion part only. Then if you give the save point up to that insertion part, then only that insert statement will be saved, then the delete and update will be erased or deleted. So that is the use of the save point statement. And the fourth category is your DCL, means data control language. Data control language, DCL. Okay, so here what are the commands we got? We got here grant, comma, and revoke, grant and revoke. Okay, so these are the 2 commands which are generally used for data control language. Then what is the purpose of grant? Grant means an administrator onto the database giving permissions to the other users to access a particular table. That is called as a grant command. Okay, so for example, I have created employee table. Okay, and if I create the employee table, I am the owner of the table. So as a owner of the table, I can give permissions for other employees to access my employee table with the help of the grant command. And if I think that nobody, so whatever permissions I have given, I want to take back those permissions, then I will use the revoke command. So with the help of the grant and revoke, a administrator or the owner of a table can give permissions for the other people to access the particular table or any database object with the help of the grant command, with the help of the revoke, and the administrator can take back those permissions. These are the grant and revoke utilization. Then the fifth category of data types SQL statement is your DRE category. Under this we got data retrieval language, data retrieval language. Okay, so under this only one statement is there called as select. What is the use of the select? For example, my table is containing 100 rows and with 10 columns each. And if I want to display all the 10 rows and all the 100 rows and 10 columns, entire table, I will use select statement. Or if you want to display the table partially with only 5 rows and 5 columns, then also I will use select statement. If you want to display the rows in ascending order, then also I will use select statement. In the descending order, then also I will use with select statement. That means in whatever way you want to see the contents of a table, in whichever fashion or manner, for all those purposes we will use the select command. There are various options are there with select command. You can see the partial table, full table with in ascending order, descending order, in capital letters, in small case, with some decorations. And so we can add 2 columns, you can multiply 2 columns, and we can apply some built-in functions. There are so many things you can do with select statement. So these are the 5 categories of the SQL statements which are used in any SQL language. So SQL is used in Oracle, in MySQL, in Microsoft SQL Server, everywhere, anywhere you got this. These types of SQL statements are used. DDL for data definition, and DML is for data manipulation, TCL for transaction control, and then DCL is for data control, and DRE is for data retrieval. Okay, hope you understood this topic of types of SQL statements. If you are interested to learn about any topic of SQL, please mention in the comments. I can provide that topic video on any topic of SQL I can provide. Okay, thank you for watching.